Welcome back, YouTube. Sensei Domino here. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I've got quite a bit of stuff to share with you tonight. I'll start with some autograph pickups that I've made. First, we have a 1997-98 Skybox Z-Force, signed by Mookie Blaylock. He's from my hometown, so I decided to pick up an autograph of his. Next, not really sure what this set is called, but it looks like the 1991 Downtown Athletic Club of New York City. This is signed by Heisman Trophy winner Johnny Lujack. Next, we have a couple index cards. This one's signed by Hall of Famer George Kell. Next, another Hall of Famer, Enos Country Slaughter. Next, this looks like it's a magazine page pasted to an index card. It's signed by Hall of Famer Willis Reed. Next, most of you won't know who this is, but this guy was the main actor in a movie that I really enjoyed when I was a kid called No Retreat, No Surrender. I believe it was the first movie that starred Jean-Claude Van Damme. He was the bad guy in the movie. But this is Kurt McKinney. This says, to Taylor and Jimmy, all the best to you both, Kurt McKinney. I only paid a couple bucks for this, so I decided to pick it up. Next, not sure what this set is. I believe it's 1986 Donruss. I think it's like Jumbo All-Stars or something like that. I think they're 5x7s. This one's signed by Paul Molitor. I did not have a Paul Molitor autograph in my collection, so I decided to pick this up. I think I paid under 10 bucks for it. And I kind of like these sort of oversized cards too, so happy to pick that up. All right, next I'm going to zoom out on the camera so I can show these next couple autographs. These are all 8x10s or bigger. First, really happy to pick this up. This is an 8x10 signed by Hall of Famer Tim Duncan. Better look at the autograph. Now, it does have a card shop certificate of authenticity, but I don't take much stock in that. But as far as I've seen, this looks legit, so I don't have a problem picking this up. And I added this for, I believe, $1 more from the same seller. This is Keith Van Horn, who was the number 2 pick in the same draft. And he's also being guarded by the number 1 pick, Tim Duncan. It's a pretty cool image there. And again, it's got the certificate of authenticity from that card shop. For $1 more, I'll take this. He was also a former member of the Dallas Mavericks. Next, we have a couple actors coming up. Big fan of this guy. Leslie Nielsen, of course, star of the Naked Gun movies and Police Squad. Really happy to pick that up. This one also had sort of a suspect certificate of authenticity, but can't really take much stock in that. All right, next, if you're a fan of baseball movies, you certainly know who this is. Kevin Costner. Of course, he was in Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, For the Love of the Game, and many other good movies. So happy to pick that up. This was a throw-in. I want to say I paid $5 or so for this from the same seller as the Kevin Costner. This is Jewel, kind of hard to see. But looking on the back, it looks like somebody was trying to get $75 for this at one point. I believe the image is from 1/26/2006 Sundance Film Festival, Park City, Utah. I actually saw her in concert, I believe it was 1997. It was called Rockfest, and they had several bands, Bush, and the Wallflowers were there, Jewel, can't remember who else was there, Counting Crows, I think, several bands, but Jewel was there, so I have seen her in concert. And the last autograph that I picked up, really happy to get this, Joe Frazier. Signed an index card with a little photo up on top on some sort of flimsy card stock. Looks like this was probably meant to be framed at some point. Really happy to get a nice Joe Frazier autograph. That's all the autographs that I have. Next, this is a set that I've had for probably half a year and haven't shown it yet. So I'll go ahead and show it today. Let me fix the camera again. This is the 1981 Donruss golf set. And this is the first mainstream golf set. Several of these cards are considered their rookie cards, but I know for a fact that several of these players had other card releases. They just weren't really major releases. So whether you want to consider these true rookie cards or not, that's up to you. But really happy to pick this up. It definitely has several Hall of Famers in it. And so let's go ahead and get started. First we have Tom Watson. Next we have Lee Trevino. Curtis Strange. Andy Bean. Ben Crenshaw. Jerry Pate. Sorry about the focus. Let me try to move this down a little bit. Hopefully that helps a little. Next we have George Burns. Craig Stadler. Mike Reed. Raymond Floyd. Larry Nelson. Bill Kratzert. The biggest card in the set, the Jack Nicklaus. Fairly well centered. Howard Twitty. John Mahaffey. Bruce Leachke. Doug Toole. Don Pooley. Bob Gildner. Tom Kite. Jim Colbert. Mike Sullivan. Bill Rogers, Scott Simpson, Leonard Thompson, Peter Jacobson, David Graham, Gil Morgan, Lon Hinkle, Johnny Miller, Dave Eichelberger, Wayne Levi, Keith Fergus, Tom Pertzer, Jay Haas, Dan Haldorson, Jeff Mitchell, Hale Irwin, Mark Lai, Gibby Gilbert, Bob Murphy, Calvin Pete, Phil Hancock, Dan Pohl, Jack Renner, Fuzzy Zeller, Tom Weiskopf, Jim Simmons, Ed Sneed, Hubert Green, Jack Newton, Ed Fiore, D.A. Wybring, J.C. Sneed, George Cattle, Charles Cootie, Danny Edwards, Lanny Watkins, Terry Deal, George Archer, Dan Pohl, and another Jack Nicholas, statistical leader, Jerry Pate, Lee Trevino, Tom Watson, the checklist. So that is the 1981 Donruss golf set. All right, next, I believe this is 2008 Donruss Hollywood Legends. This is number 29 out of 100. This is a Donruss Americana 2. And this is silver screen Hollywood Legends patch of Gary Cooper. Of course, if you're a baseball fan, you know Gary Cooper played Lou Gehrig in Pride of the Yankees. Really cool to have a piece of memorabilia from Gary Cooper. It says the embedded swatch of material was cut from an authentic item personally worn by Gary Cooper. Authentic personally worn item was obtained and guaranteed by Donruss Playoff LP. So I'm not sure if this was used on set in some sort of movie or if this is just something he wore around the house. I don't know, but still really cool to have a piece of memorabilia from Gary Cooper. Next, let's show some football cards. 1967 Topps. Ernie Ladd. Really nice shape. Ernie Ladd went on to become a wrestler. Next, I already have this card, but decided to pick up another. Got it really cheap. This is Exograph, 1970. Bubba Smith rookie. And this is in really nice shape. Of course, I grew up watching the Police Academy films. And Bubba Smith played Hightower. So happy to pick up another one of those. Next, as you know, I'm trying to build the Joe Green player run. So I've got a few cards here that I've picked up. All right, first is the 1973 Joe Green. This one's a little off center, but super sharp. One thing about this card is down here, there's always a lot of smudging. It's like a print defect that's on quite a few of these. And so I've had a really hard time finding a good copy of this because of that. So I keep taking shots and keep sort of being disappointed. This one has a little bit more corner wear than I would have liked. It's much more centered. And there's not near as much of the black smudging on the bottom. So I was actually thinking that this was the one I would be happy with, but I would still like to upgrade this one again. So still kind of looking for a better copy of that. This one is 1975. This is a nice copy of this card. So happy with this one. I think I might be one or two cards away from completing this player run. All right, next. I had purchased this once before, but it was damaged in the mail. Not really a high value card, but still growing up, when I first sort of got into football, this was the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. And so I picked up a Danny White rookie card, 1977 Topps. I think it was like $1 or $2 or something. Next, we have a 1981 Topps Billy Sims rookie. All right, next, really happy to get these. This guy's an absolute legend. This is 1982 Topps Ronnie Lott rookie. Did not have this, decided to pick it up. And I also got his in action from that set. All right, next, this is definitely a grail. Really happy to pick this card up, and it's in really nice shape. It's not graded, but it would probably grade probably an 8, maybe more, but I'm not sure. It's got some print defects. We'll see. This is 1986 Topps, the GOAT, Jerry Rice rookie card. Man, he was amazing. Really happy to add this card to the collection. It's not super expensive, but still really happy to add this. All right, next, we have a 1990 Action Packed Emmitt Smith rookie card. I had this, and the back of this was sort of chipping, so I decided to pick up another one of these. This is not very expensive, but Emmitt Smith, all-time rushing leader. So happy to add that. Next, picked up a couple of these. Huge fan of this guy. This is 1998 UD3. Picked up a couple Randy Moss rookie cards. All right, next I got these really cheap. This is a 2015 Topps Chrome Refractor. Amari Cooper rookie. Of course, when I bought this, he was still an active player, and then like 3 weeks later, he retired. What can you do? But still, former Cowboy. So happy to get that. And I also picked up this Topps Chrome. I'm not sure if this is game worn or not. I can't read it. But Amari Cooper rookie patch. Also from 2015, Rookies and Stars, Stephon Diggs rookie. I have a few other football cards here that I have that were graded. First, we have a 1995 SP Championship die cut PSA near mint to mint 8 Terrell Davis rookie. He was an incredible running back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Really enjoyed watching him play. Happy to pick this one up pretty cheap. And I got this from the same seller. This is 1995 Select Certified PSA Mint 9. You can tell by the label that this was probably graded around the time that the Broncos were winning Super Bowls at the end of the 90s. And I remember this being a hot card back in the day. Always wanted this. Back. Got this in a mint 9. All right. Next, back in 1998, I was really focusing on picking up Randy Moss rookies. And this player's team wasn't really doing very hot. I want to say they were 3-13 or something. Maybe 4-12, but I wasn't really focusing on this guy. And what do I know? This guy became an all-time great. So I decided to pick up a couple of these. These are Beckett graded. Beckett graded 9.5 gem mint. And this is Bowman's Best Peyton Manning rookies. And 9.5 gem mints. Show you the back 6 of these. This one's got the subgrades 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, and 9. And this one's also 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, and 9. So I think I might have one or two Peyton Manning rookies, but I did not have any that were graded. Certainly not Gem Mint. So happy to pick these up. All right. Next, we'll move on to a few hockey cards. I haven't picked up very many. This is 2018, 2019. Wanted to get some young guns of some Dallas Stars that I'm a big fan of. This is, like I said, 2018, 2019 Upper Deck Young Guns, Miro Heiskanen. Next, we have a 2022, 2023 Young Guns of Wyatt Johnston. Incredible player already. And the last pickup, this is a 2020, 2021 Upper Deck French version Young Guns of Jason Robertson. PSA Mint 9. All right, next, move on to some basketball. I already had this card, but decided to pick up another. This one's in really nice shape. This is a 1969-70 Topps Gail Goodrich rookie card. Of course, Hall of Famer. Next, we have a 1970-71 Topps Hall of Famer Elgin Baylor. I might have had one Elgin Baylor card in my collection before this. And this is in really nice shape. All right, next, this is a card that I used to have in my collection, didn't have it anymore. Really wanted to pick it up. This is a 1972-73 Topps Wilt Chamberlain All-Star. Next, I needed this version of this card for my Elvin Hayes player run. This is 1980-81 Topps. We have the Elvin Hayes Slam Dunk. I do have this with another grouping of players, but this one also has Dr. J on it. So pick that up. All right, next, this is a promo card, classic. I believe this is 1992. This is Shaquille O'Neal. All right, next, I really loaded up on players from 1998, the 98-99 basketball sets. So first, we'll start with Jason Williams. This is SPX Finite. This is the Radiance version of this. can see, it's numbered out of 1500. I also picked up Jason Williams' Ovation card. And his Flair Showcase, row 3. Next, loaded up on this guy. Huge fan. I do believe he will eventually get into the Hall of Fame. And he was part of the 2011 Dallas Maverick Championship squad. But I picked up 6 SP Authentic Peja Stojakovic rookies. This one's kind of cool because it's numbered 3,000 out of 3,500. Show you the back. This one's number 73 out of 3,500. 1902. 1,194. 2,229. And 3,052. So hopefully he gets into the Hall of Fame in the next couple years. He's certainly deserving, in my opinion. All right, next. This is going back to SPX Finite again. It's the Paul Pierce rookie. This is also the Radiance. So it's numbered out of 1,500. Next, we have quite a few Vince Carter rookies. I had the original of this. This is Fleer Brilliance. This is the blue version. Vince Carter's rookie. Also picked up his Ovation. And his Flair Showcase row 3. And I picked up a pair of the SPX Finites. These are not the Radiance. These are just the regular versions. So these are numbered out of 2,500. But if you remember with the Pejas, the SPX, the SP Authentics were numbered out of 3,500. So these SPX Finites are actually a smaller print run by 1,000. So, and if you get the Radiance by 2,000. So these aren't as valuable as the SP Authentics, but still a really nice card to add to the collection. Next, I have this card graded in a PSA 9, or sorry, Beckett 9, and that's right here. I also picked up another one, raw. This was number 2,555 out of 3,500. Of course, Dirk Nowitzki. And I would love to pick up another raw copy of the Vince Carter, but I haven't gotten around to that yet. All right, next, moving on to 2015, 2016. These are Prestige. Picked up the rookie cards of Karl Anthony Towns and Kristaps Porzingis. Next, these are 2019-2020. This is Prestige. Zion Williamson rookie. These are super cheap. Pick these up for like $1. And this is the Hoops Premium stock. Next, pick these up for about $1 or $2. These are 2021 Prism LaMelo Ball rookies. Next, this is also Prism. This is 2023-2024. This is Prism draft picks. Victor Wembanyama, rookie. Next, I picked these up really cheap, and I'm not sure this guy's going to be a bust or not, but he was the #1 overall pick a couple years ago. And these are really nice parallels. Not sure what they're called. But this is a 24-25 Panini Mosaic. Zachary Risache. Disco ball rookie card, whatever you want to call it. Got this super cheap. And maybe he figures it out at some point. And this is... I'm not sure what this is. This is a Topps Finest checkerboard or something. Who knows? But this is numbered 64 out of 75. And also got this for super cheap. So who knows? Maybe he pans out at some point. But for what I paid, if he doesn't, that's okay. Next, I did pick up a blaster over the last few months. Opened it off screen, trying to get a Cooper Flagg rookie, and I actually did. The Topps flagship, and I got a couple other nice rookies in the set. I got the Dylan Harper, B.J. Edgecombe, Derek Queen, and the other Rookie of the Year favorite, Con Knipple. And then after I pulled this, picked up a couple more Cooper Flagg rookies. Because I don't like to pick up a lot of blasters and stuff. I did get lucky with this one, but don't really like ripping stuff. I think you end up losing money more than you end up getting your money back. So picked up a couple Cooper Flaggs for about the same price as a blaster. And then I paid a little bit more to get the Topps Chrome Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg was the first overall pick in the NBA draft. The Dallas Wings had the first overall pick in the WNBA draft, and they actually just had another #1 overall pick. But big fan of this individual in college, and so decided to pick up several of her rookie cards, and that's Paige Bueckers. Picked up a pair of the Prism rookies. There is also a variation in the set, and I picked that up as well. Next, this is two of the greatest players in the history of the WNBA, and really happy to pick up an autograph of each of these individuals. They were part of the Houston Comets dynasty of the late 90s. And I'm talking about the great Cynthia Cooper. And Lady Jordan, Cheryl Swoops. Really, really happy to add these to the collection. What years are these? Sorry. This is 21-22 Panini WNBA Revolution. And this is 2022 Panini WNBA Prism. Legends. All right. Next, I did pick up a graded card. This goes in line with the 1998 rookie cards that I was picking up. This is a 1998 SP Authentic and a PSA 9 Anton Jameson rookie. Number 2,883 out of 3,500. Former Maverick, won the 6th Man of the Year in his 1 year with the Mavericks. Was traded for Jerry Stackhouse. I have a few more basketball cards. As you know, I've been trying to build up the 1986-87 Fleer set, minus the Michael Jordan, but I did pick up quite a few of the cards that I needed for that set, including some all-time great rookie cards. We'll start with the good ones. Got the Karl Malone rookie. Dominique Wilkins rookie. Hakeem Olajuwon rookie. The Charles Barkley rookie. Yes, it's very off center. It is really nice and sharp. And this is a pretty expensive card. Larry Bird. And it shocked me, but this is a $75 card. Byron Scott rookie. And the rest of these are mostly commons. There's probably a few Hall of Famers in here, but mostly common base players. Alvin Adams. Now, I do have this card, but I sent it off to him to get signed, and it's signed now. So I wanted to pick up a non-signed version for my set. I guess set minus Jordan. World B. Free. Some of these cards I did have, but weren't in the best condition, so I wanted to replace them. Alex English, of course, Hall of Famer. Terry Cummings rookie. Jack Sikma, Hall of Famer. Ralph Sampson rookie. Hall of Famer. And the checklist. And I have two checklists. Both of them had creases in it. And this is not a cheap card. This is like $50 in decent condition. So for a checklist, I was pretty shocked at how much these things are and how hard they are to win. Can't tell you how many of them I bid on and was sniped at the end, but finally got one. Now I think I'm like 8 cards away from the entire set, but there's some big cards that I still need to get. I still need the Magic Johnson, still need the Chris Mullin, still need the Isaiah Thomas. What else? There's Patrick Ewing. So yeah, there's a few other cards that I need to get to complete the set. So it's a little ways away, but certainly working my way there. All right, so finally we're going to move into some baseball. We have a 1950 Bowman, Billy Goodman. Next, we have a 1956 Topps, Walker Cooper. Really nice catcher. Also 1956, Vern Law. (1959) Bill Mazeroski. This is pretty nice, but it's got a little staining. Next, got a few 1971 Topps here. Eddie Watt. Tom Grieve. Some of these I'll be sending out for TTMs at some point. Bill the Spaceman Lee. I like this one because Bill Lee will sign this one. William Francis Lee. Next, this one's pretty interesting. This one's a little bit beat up shape. This is the Yankees team card. But one thing that was pointed out to me is that this player right here is Mickey Mantle. And he was a coach for a very short time, but he made it onto this card. And so there's a 1970s Mickey Mantle card that you can collect. It does have some rough corners and rough edges, but kind of happy to pick this up. Another little Mickey Mantle card for the collection. Next, really nice condition, Bill Mazeroski, 1971. Those are really nice corners and edges. Little thing right there and maybe on the edge right there, but these things are so condition sensitive. And the last one, really happy to pick this up. I've been trying to get one of these for a long time, but I didn't want to spend a whole lot, and this one's really hard to find centered. And so I was just like, the price was right on this one and picked it up, and I'll certainly upgrade this in the future, but really happy to get it as a placeholder in my collection. The Thurman Munson, his rookie's 1970, but the All-Star rookie. Just a really great image. The centering is way off on this. It's bordering on miscut, but a lot of the cards are like this. I'm guessing that this was in a bad part on the sheet. But really happy to get this. All right, next, moving into the 80s, some sort of cheap rookies. 1982 Fleer Dave Stewart rookie. These aren't worth a whole lot, but I was a big fan of the late 80s, early 90s Oakland A's teams because of the Bash Brothers and stuff. And so, big fan of Dave Stewart. Plus, he's a former Texas Ranger. And I always liked this card. Plus, he's a Hall of Famer. Lee Smith from the same set. But what's cool about this one is if you look on the back, the Cubs logo is reversed or upside down, I guess. Should be flipped up like that. I always thought that was kind of cool, so happy to get that version of the card. And next we have a 1987 Topps Bo Jackson rookie. So fun to watch. Also got his Leaf rookie. And got the Bonds rookie. Leaf. And a pair of the Maguires. These are not his rookie. Of course, he's got the 85 Topps Olympic. But if you want to call that an amateur card, then I guess these are technically his rookie. But I don't call him his rookie. Next, this was given to me by my neighbor. It's a 1989 Topps Traded Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. Next, we have a 1992. This is a classic draft picks. It's the foil Derek Jeter rookie. Or minor league card, whatever you want to call it. Next, we have a 2002 Fleer Greats Dueling Duos. Paul Molitor, Dave Winfield. And it's got a piece of bat relic from Dave Winfield. And I was kind of excited about this one, but I'm going to show you what happened. So I got this card. This is also from 2002. This is Upper Deck. This is a International Collections or International Connection piece of the action. Pedro Martinez bat relic. And right there it says SP Game Use Bat Milestone Edition. But if you see on the top, there's a part that's been removed. And it is right there in this case. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I'll have to do this so you can see it. Yeah. That came off of this card, getting it out of this screw down. So, word of warning, they can damage cards, especially if they're going to be sitting for a while. This is not that thick of a card. It's a little thicker than your average card, but it's not that much thicker. And this, obviously, they tightened it too tight, and it just ripped a piece of the card off. Still cool for the bat relic. I don't really mind. I would have preferred not to have it damaged like that, but you know, it's not. I mean, I don't know if it's the seller's fault or not. I don't know where they got it, but yeah, a little bit disappointing that you trust these card protectors to protect your cards, and they themselves do the damage to the cards. So just be careful with these. All right, Next, 2018 Topps Update, Ronald Acuna Jr. rookie debut. Next, we have a 2020 Topps Chrome, I don't know, some sort of refractor, Bo Bichette rookie. I was actually trying to bundle a bunch of stuff with this. I ended up winning it for $1.50, but I paid $5.50 shipping, and I didn't win anything else. So a little bit bummed about that because this was nice for a couple bucks, but paying $7 for it, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, ended up with it anyway. So next, picked these up at the end of last season. This guy was on a tear, headed for 60 home runs. Did not have a rookie card of this guy, so picked up a couple. This is a 2022 Topps Cal Raleigh rookie. And also got his Bowman rookie. Next, we have a 2022 Bowman's Best Refractor of Julio Rodriguez, rookie. Next, we have a 2023 Donruss rated prospect James Wood. Next, we have a 2024 Bowman Elly De La Cruz rookie. And also his Bowman Chrome rookie. Next, we have a 2024 Bowman Yoshinobu Yamamoto rookie. And also his Topps Heritage with the beautiful 1975 design. Next, picked up quite a few of this guy's rookie cards. This is 2024 Bowman Chrome, Paul Skeens. Stars of the MLB. Bowman, 2024. Bowman Chrome. Allen and Ginter. Topps Update rookie debut. And also his Topps Heritage. combo of the yellow and the green. This looks really good. Next, I loaded up on this guy's rookie cards. Big fan of this guy. Was an amazing pitcher over in Japan. And just wanted to load up on this guy before he figures it out in the MLB. These are all 2025. This is a Bowman Chrome, some sort of refractor. Roki Sasaki. Big fan. Then I picked up a lot of these Topps Chromes. Got a couple of his base rookies. And I got a pair of these Ray Waves. I got 3 sepias. And an X-Fractor. And I'm a big fan of this guy and wanted to pick up a game-used relic. And so picked this up. This is a 2025 Allen and Ginter sort of framed mini Corey Seager relic. And this does say, this card is a game-used piece of equipment or uniform from an official MLB game from the featured athlete, but may not be from the event depicted in the image on the card. So this is from an official MLB game, which is what I would prefer it say. And so happy to add that to the collection. All right. Next, I have some, I don't know if you want to call them big cards or grails or, just higher tier cards than what I've been showing. Coming up next. Really happy to pick these up. When I was picking these up, I was originally intending to sort of have these in their own little videos, but because I'm sort of limited on time these days, I never got around to doing that. So I'm just going to put all of them here at the end, sort of a, sort of grand finale, I guess, because there's some really nice cards coming up. I just, if I had my preference, I would have liked to sort of show these individually, because some of them I've wanted for a really long time. But anyway, let me go ahead and get started with this one. This is a 2000 multi-ad Midwest League Albert Pujols minor league card in a near mint to mint 8. This is when he was with the Peoria Chiefs. And this card, in a lot of cases, has like a stain that comes through from this red. Comes through on the edge, comes through on the top, and this one you really don't have that, so I was really happy to find this copy graded in a near mint to mint 8, because it just seems like, I don't know if it was cheaply produced or what, but seems to be a condition sensitive card, and really cool to have an Albert Pujols minor league card to add to the collection. All right, next, really happy to add this guy to the collection. Big fan of this guy. One of the all-time greats in my mind, the greatest base stealer of all time. Of course, I'm talking about the 1980 Topps Rickey Henderson rookie in an SGC6. Really nicely centered. There's not a whole lot of corner wear. Honestly, by the card, not the grade, and I'm really happy with this card. So happy to finally add that to the collection. I am trying to build the 1980 set, so I did need this at some point. All right, next we have a 1955 Topps Eddie Mathews. When I bought this, I was like, man, that is a gorgeous looking card. But it does have a crease in it right here, unfortunately. But eye appeal wise, this is stunning. And the seller did not mention that there was a crease in it. I did get it for a nice price, so I wasn't going to fight the guy on it, and I didn't want to return it, but just a little disappointed that it does have a crease in it, because just looking at it, the eye appeal on this is incredible. But the Eddie Mathews card that I was trying to get, I did end up getting. And I've wanted this card for a long time. I had this card when I was a kid. There was a card shop that was in the downtown area of the city that's right next to me. The card shop had been there for probably a decade or so, and I remember walking in there one day, and they had a little box next to the register that had, like just a mixture of cards in it, and there was a copy of this card. We're talking like, mid 80s. And the card had a giant chunk taken out of it. And I picked it up, and I had no idea who Eddie Mathews was at the time. And I'm like, wow, this is the oldest card I think I've ever seen. And the guy was like, do you know who Eddie Mathews is? I said, no. He said, well, he's a Hall of Famer. I was like, man, cool. That's cool. This is the oldest card I've ever seen. He was like, why don't you go ahead and take it? And the guy gave me the card. Now, it did have a giant chunk taken out of it. Couldn't have had very much value, and that's why it was in sort of the bargain bin. But it was really cool of him to actually give it to me. Now, I have no idea what happened to that card, but I remember that from my childhood. And because of that, I wanted to get the card back in my collection. And so I did pick up the 1953 Topps Eddie Mathews. And this one does not have a chunk taken out of it. Now, I don't think this would grade much more than a 4, maybe even a 3, depending on the grader and what mood they're in. It does have soft corners, some of them a little rounded, and the centering is a bit off. But still, this is in far better condition than the one that I had. And just really happy to add this card back to the collection and sort of give me that memory that I had as a child back in hand. All right, next, this is another card I had in my childhood, and it was much more rounded, had some creasing on it, and so I wanted to pick up a really nice copy of this. Of course, this is an iconic play in World Series history, and he's an iconic player, and really happy to add this back to the collection. And it's in pretty nice shape. This is the 1959 Topps Baseball Thrills Mays Catch Make Series history. This is from the 1954 World Series. It does have a little staining right there, but otherwise this is in really nice shape. White borders, little off center. Corners are, for the most part, sharp. Maybe a little ding here and here. Those are pretty nice. And the back. This might get a 4, maybe a 5. But certainly far better than the one that I had. I'm really happy to add this back to the collection. All right, next, these are the I guess the 3 biggest cards that I've picked up over the last, 6 months or so. Really wanted this card. I've told a story where, I'm not going to rehash the story. I've said it probably 5 or 6 times, but I did a trade probably 1987 or so, maybe 88, at a card show where I traded I guess it was 1988, it wasn't 87. I traded a 1986 Fleer Jose Canseco rookie to an individual that overheard me trying to negotiate with a dealer, and I couldn't make a deal with the dealer. And the guy called me over and he said, "Do you like Nolan Ryan cards?" And I said, "Yeah." And so he opens up this briefcase and he's got several Nolan Ryan cards. And we were trying to negotiate for this 86 Fleer Canseco, and I ended up trading it to him for a 1973 Topps Nolan Ryan. And since then, I've picked up the 73 Nolan Ryan, but I was trying to get the 72 Ryan or the 71 Ryan, and he wouldn't do that for the Canseco. But he did do the 73, and, you know, I was really happy with that. The bad thing was is that that same card show, I sold the 73 Nolan Ryan for $20, because that's what I was trying to get for the Canseco. And so I did that, and no telling what I did with it. I like to say that I bought a box of 86 Topps with the $20, so probably wasn't a wise thing to do. But I replaced the Nolan Ryan, and now I have the 71 Nolan Ryan in hand, which is one of the two that I would have liked to get from that guy. And this is another card that's sort of hard to get centered from the 71 set, but this one's not too bad, and the corner's pretty nice, and the edges are pretty nice. So I'm really happy with this copy. I mean, it's not perfect, but I just like the image on this with the Royal Crown Cola right there. And so this is now the earliest Nolan Ryan card that I have. And so, being a Texas Ranger fan, you know, Nolan Ryan's a legend. And so really happy to add that to the collection. All right, next, this is an amazing card to have. Really happy to add this to the collection. Of course, I'm a huge fan of this guy, huge fan of this set, and was able to pick this up for about the price that it goes for, but I was really happy with the centering and the condition of this card. This is a 1960 Topps Roberto Clemente. Just a stunning looking card. Really bright white borders. No creasing. You don't have any print defects of much. I guess there's a little bubble right there, but outside of that, you don't have any of that. And the blue right there. Just a really nice example of this card. I'm really happy to pick this up. This is the oldest Clemente I have in my collection now. And the last card. Now this one is off center, but it is super sharp. And I've said quite a bit that I will take an off center card for super sharp corners. Just because, you know, especially if you were growing up at this time, if you pulled this out of a pack, it would have super sharp corners, but there's nothing you could do about the centering. And so just based on that, I'm okay with having an off-center card with super sharp corners over a centered card with ding corners. And so I decided to pick up this 1968 Topps Johnny Bench rookie in a VGEX 4 PSA. And it is sharp. Sharp, sharp, sharp. Pack fresh, but definitely off-center. And I looked for probably a month. When I decided I wanted a bench rookie, I looked for like a month. And I was looking for sort of that PSA 4, PSA 5 range. And this was the best copy that I was able to find. It had the super, super sharp corners that looked pack fresh. You know, the centering definitely took a hit on this. But I was still really happy with this copy. The back is really nice too. Better centered than the front, that's for sure. Maybe one day I will get the Nolan Ryan rookie, but not today. But really happy to add the Johnny Bench to the collection. So anyway, that's all I have for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I know it's a pretty long video, almost an hour and 20 minutes. but I had quite a bit of stuff to share. So hopefully you enjoyed watching this. Until next time, thanks for watching the video, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.